What's up, everybody? As promised, me and Scotty are back. That's right, you get Scotty 2 times in one day. You're welcome. And we actually got some pretty good news. How are these events looking, Scotty?
Uh, Mostly okay.
That's good news. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, there's no math to be done here. This is just talking about the monthly event that is starting, that's going to have Union Jack in it. 7 main milestone events, 5 quick Rumble events. We got the first one we'll talk about here today. It's a little bit different than what we've had in the past. And then 4 Alliance events, only one of which was talking Coordinated Assault. So we don't know what's going to happen with those Alliance events, but interesting to find out. So let's go ahead and let's do some real math, because that's why we brought Scotty, because I'm really bad at math. All right, so the first event is actually called Strike Celebrations. It's like under a tab for memory lane events, which is why in the next event, we assume it also starts on the 25th, which is tomorrow. So Scotty, why don't you walk us through what this Strike Celebration event requires us to do?
Okay, so this is the one about using Rebirth and Invaders in raids. So I guess they did a kindness, but also a kind of a limiting factor for this because there are limits on using them. And basically, like if you have a full Rebirth team, you only need to use them once in raids. But if you only have one of them at gear tier 16, 17, then you have to make sure you use that character 5 times for Rebirth and 3 times for Invaders. So, like if you want to bring Fury up to gear tier 17 just so you can get the full points on that, you only have to do it on one character in each team. You just have to use them multiple times then to hit the limit. And then otherwise, it's winning or losing raid battles. Now that's what they say in the blog. This may change obviously when the event goes live. But with the whole Gambit raid energy issue, where they just sent us basically over 5,000 energy, that means that this event is now completable without spending any power cores. So if you were to lose 42 times on like the last node of the Gambit raid, so make sure you coordinate this with your raid partners. 42 times every day for the 6 days, and you should have energy to do this on top of like the nodes you're already doing. You'll be able to finish it without spending any power cores.
Yeah, so it sounds like this starts tomorrow. They gave us 5,555 energy, which is super awesome of them. And like, I do like to celebrate Scopely when they do awesome things. So giving us this energy basically makes this event free to play. There's no leaderboard on this event, so there's no reason for them to now put a limit on doing raid battles. So if you're watching, please don't put a limit on raid battles. Please. Like these
Please
rewards
be
are they're
nice.
yeah, just be cool about it. Keep being cool about it. So this event, this is kind of a W event. And the next part of it, the strike salute, is also double W event, and we'll get to that right now. All right, so the second of the memory lane events, we're assuming this one starts on the 25th because it was under the same header as the one we were just talking about. So this event wants you to be spending campaign energy and collecting a web milestone. Now, to put points towards this milestone, you need to earn alliance credits. Now, this event looked bad at first glance, but after you did the math and took into account that spending campaign energy is worth more than 1 point per energy, it got pretty good. So, Scotty, why don't you walk us through your math on this one?
So there is a web milestone, which you have to make sure you collect every day because that's going to give you 600 tokens. And that is just by earning 300 alliance credits, which you easily can get just by donating the normal 10K in your alliance. And I don't even think you need all 3 or 4 boxes that you normally get because just with the amount that you get from the daily objective, which is 150, I think you just need 2 boxes after that to hit it. So with that, every day for 6 days, then you really only have to spend about 928 energy, which is your free to play energy. your free refreshes, and your 450 core refreshes, which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You could supplement this if you'd rather just spend like your web energy on this as well. But I would personally recommend hoarding that for the events that start in a little less than a week from now, because I think those are really going to need more energy spent on them.
So there you go, guys. Very important. Make sure you, well, don't make sure, but if you can avoid it, save those web milestone, that 100 energy you get daily for future events, because this one looks very completable. Now, we were having a laugh at this event. We were going through the blog because there's 15 Agatha shards at the very bottom, but now those 15 Agatha shards are easily available to you guys. I don't care. It's an event that people are going to 100%. Progress is progress, baby. We take the dubs when we get the dubs. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite ISO level 4 harvesting event, the charging station. So much better than coordinated assault, guys. Glad we got rid of that one. Hopefully this is the last time we ever got to talk about this one. It's an earning power core event. Now, the reason we're actually going to do the math on this, because I know it's been the same for the last 3 times, right? But the amount that you could hoard, and in particularly because of the strike pass and the battle pass coming out during this duration, I made Scotty do some more math for free. So Scotty, why don't you walk us through how people can kind of min-max this and hopefully get at least further down the line, get some ISO for.
Yeah, I mean, these are hard to complete. And so I did this based on the fact that I have 2 arena things still saved that I didn't have to use on the one that we just finished, but obviously some people may have less than this. But I did it based on being top 20 because that's a little bit more realistic. But once again, like, that's not everybody. Not everyone can be top 20. But if you're like top 10 or even higher, then it will be easier, less hoarding. But based on maybe 4 days of hoarding and then 5 days of being the top 20, and then the daily objectives, and just make sure the day that charging station starts that you do not claim any of your daily objectives, because some of those do have cores in them. Like the spend gold milestone has gold in them, so just don't claim those until charging station starts. So that's where I put like the holds next to things. There's the 48-hour spend energy milestone, so it may start like the day before. So just make sure you don't claim anything that has cores in it that will carry over to the day that charging station starts. And then hold your Mojo's Mayhem currently. And I did this based off the free passes because I think a lot of us have stopped buying the passes now that they're every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So just the 50 cores for Mojo's Mayhem that started today, and then the new strike pass will start during this, which is 100, and that will get you over the finish line, based on all of this. But obviously, if you're not top 20 or you have less hoarded, you may not hit it, and that's just why charging station sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's that last milestone that's like the biggest jump. I think it's an extra 600 cores on top of everything. So at the very least, if you follow these steps and you hold your Mojo's Mayhem passive, I love the way I said that on accident, plus your strike pass, if you hold those, you might at least get that second last milestone. That's what I'm aiming for based on what I get in the arena lately and what I don't have hoarded right now because I was putting them towards the last one. So yeah, charging station, that's what you could do based on the passes coming up. Hopefully the last time we see it. And you know what? Hopefully Scopely just kind of nerfs what people need for coordinated assault. Meet in the middle, right? But that, I don't know. Let's go to a different event. This one bumps me out. All right, so kind of events that we normally just completely skip over. These quick rumble events. This one, the Arachnid Assault, needing the Tangled Web members. It starts on the 31st. We actually wanted to include it this time because this tag only has 3 characters on it, which definitely increases the difficulty. So we got Scotty to map it out for us based on the different tiers, like if you have the characters unlocked, 3 stars, 5 stars, and 7 stars. If you have the characters unlocked, aren't they all 100 shard unlocked? So if you have them, it's automatically 3-star. I guess that's why it's not included there. Okay, perfect. So why don't you walk us through the 3 rungs and what people can expect to need to do, because it's going to be different, guys. You're not going to be able to, as soon as Quick Rumble starts, get in there, put up the 5-person tag team, hit the extra blitz charge 3 or 4 times, and then your quick rumble's done, and you can just not look at blitz for 2 days. It's a little bit more difficult here.
Correct. So if you're a giant kraken and you have all 3 of them at 7-star, then this will be easy. You basically just have to do each of them 7 times, and you're done. So no other blitzing needed. If you're more mid-game, maybe you only have them at 5 stars. You're gonna have to do 8 rotations of them for the 2 days, so like 8 rotations each day, and then do a full rotation 4 times. Not like every day, but just 4 times total. So maybe like 2 day 1 and 2 the next day. If you only have them at 3 stars, you're gonna have to do them 8 times each day, so those 2 days. And then you're also going to have to do full blitz rotation 7 times total. So maybe like 4 the first day and 3 the next day, or maybe all 7 the first day.
Right. And you can mitigate the amount of rotations that you might have to do extra if you're using those blitz charges. Like if you start stockpiling your blitz charges now and you get to 500, and over the course of the 2 days, you can do all the 50 or the 25 resets, all the 50 resets. You can kind of cheese your way through it that way. And thankfully, Spider Weaver, many players got 4,000 shards from her magically, which was dope. They've been giving out 2099 and Noir in a bunch of events, and not super deep into the Pain one. So hopefully a lot of you have them at least at 5-star. And then this event won't be so bad. Just be mindful that it's not going to be as automatic as the other Rumbles to make sure you get it done. Because this will have monthly currency in it. And with the monthly event now having gear tier 17 on the bottom rung, the value in completing the monthly event has definitely increased. So you don't want to miss out on easy monthly pieces. All right, and the last event for this week is going to be Angel's Army. Now, because it's a Blitz event, I got to throw it over to the Blitz King. Scotty, what are we doing for this event?
Well, unfortunately for me, this is not a grindy Blitz event.
Oh, no.
There is a limit on it. I'm so enjoying our current Blitz event, even though everyone else hates it. But this one is much easier because, especially if you prepare well, so what that means is saving the Blitz credits from the Dr. Voodoo character Blitz, and also like not claiming your daily Blitz objective the day it starts on the 31st. This basically happens over like 3 different like Blitz periods. So you can get like the character Blitz, the quick rumble, and then the orb red star blitz milestones all add into this, and that already gets you over 62,000 points, which will get you the monthly item, which is only at 53,000. But because there is a limit of 75,000, if you want to hit that, you have to do just a little over 3 rotations with 35 wins, depending on what your average is of blitz credits, and that'll hit your limit of the 75,000. Now, to finish it, you have to get 200k, which I think is not very easy, but this also depends a little bit on how many orb fragments we get from the nodes. Right. It changes every time, so honestly, I don't know. So this is based off what the worst one has been in a while, and that's where we only got 1.9 orb frags per energy. And this is based on spending over 1,400 energy a day. That's why I was saying save your web milestones, ideally, for this one. But maybe it'll be better, because sometimes they have been more generous with the orb fragments. I think sometimes we were getting like 480 per 120 energy. So this could improve depending, but there's no way to know until it starts, unfortunately. But worst case scenario, with maxing out Blitz, and spending 1,400 energy a day, that will get you to milestone 27, which is fairly far. It gets you some augmented stuff, it gets you some Dark Beast shards, some Nemesis shards.
Nice.
But it's not going to get you all the way to the end. But I don't think it's worth it just to spend a lot of energy on this, because the rewards after this are really not groundbreaking.
Right on. And I think it's important to mention, and I celebrate this, and we should we should almost go back to the good events little art thing that I had pulled up, because this is crazy. This week, no leaderboard events, none. That is amazing, and I hope because of that, people are more involved with the events And then Scopely sees them. They're like, okay, players like it when they can complete these events more often. Because besides the one you just outlined, which we actually still don't know, because like you said, we don't know how many frags we're going to get. If they go a super generous route, maybe we can get all the frags, right? Or all the milestones. And that'd be amazing. Non-leaderboard stuff takes a lot of the unneeded frustration and FOMO out of the game and lets people just kind of play and just kind of collect the rewards for playing the game and have more fun. For me personally, the leaderboards and the way the events have going have been a giant drag on the game. And let me ask you, would it be fair to say that was a big reason why Super Troopers ended up exploding?
I think the well, as we call it, like the auctions, they were just really bad on morale. That plus like changing the character unlocks to no longer like have like orbs in them, so really you're spending more money for less. I think that was a big part of it too. But the constant leaderboards where like to get anything like substantial, you need to be that top 100, and the points are always really nuts. Now that we can see most of the leaderboards, it's just a lot of us like if we're not caring about that stuff, then we're not caring with the game. So like it just burns us out and takes away all our enjoyment, which is not good.
I agree. But this week, W events all around pretty much. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. Scotty, you want to give it some thumbs up? Give it some thumbs up. This is it, Scopely. This is where you get thumbs up. Good events this week, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye. Say bye, Scotty.
Bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.